open up to the fact that you can really benefit from another person's perspective. Even if that person is sharing something that is completely opposite to your own opinion, that person is going to offer an opportunity for you to explore yourself.
Hey everyone, this is Kim O'Neill from the Every Day is a New Day podcast and live show, and you're listening to the Going North podcast with the hilarious Dom Brightman. Be sure to subscribe to his show so you don't miss any episodes, and remember, every day is always a new day.
And today on the Highlight Reel Builder for Authors, known as the Going North podcast, I got to thank my good buddy Sejal Thakar all the way out in California, and the wonderful US of A for connecting me with this super special, awesome human today. Because my goodness, this fabulous human right here, she's a polyglot, y'all. She speaks over 4 different languages. She's her own leader, and she's on her own self-discovery journey, helping others to be more compassionate. So we've had Jenny from the Healing Block from like episode 80 something. We've had Jenny from the Prosperity Block, even though she's being called Jenny. If she's hearing this, don't be mad. And then we have Jenny from the Aussie Block all the way out in Australia. And today we have Jenny from the Swedish Block all the way out from Sweden. So let's give it up for Jenny Landgren. How you doing, Jenny?
Oh my gosh, Dom, I am doing so well just being here with you. Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to be here.
Oh, yeah, it's good to have you, too. It's good to have you, too, with all the O's indeed. It's like Cheerios cereals. It's extra good with all the O's.
Oh, my gosh. We are bringing the magic, aren't we? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In your case, it's the magic of compassion.
Oh, compassion. That has really been the word for me this year, just self-compassion. It's been something that I've been discovering for sure for myself. That is the theme of 2020, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. The beautiful thing about this year is like it's only the beginning, and the even better news is that with all introductions, I probably forgot like 30 other years, even though they've probably been on this planet for like 18 of them. So am I filling in any cavities I missed about the wonderful Jenny herself?
Oh my goodness. So I'm calling from Sweden. And if I'm ever pausing to just find my words, it's because English is my second language, and I'm really enjoying discovering it. And I work as a behavioral science expert for Avonova Healthcare. It's an organization that provides healthcare for organizations. So we will team up. I have a team of doctors and nurses, and we're just seeing the person, like we're seeing the whole human being in the organization. And we're just caring in every way that we can. And I get to coach managers. I get to map work environments and just meet people wherever they are. It's a discovery for myself as well. I'm really growing through this experience of meeting our clients, and yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So did the little version of Jenny, who was probably like 10 or 12, ever imagine herself now today being able to coach managers?
Yeah, I feel like a kid in a candy shop. Like I've discovered on the way that I don't have to be perfect. Like that's not what I need to build that trust. I just need to be authentic, and I need to show up as my real self and just be real. And that's what I'm discovering on the way, that I get to be me, and I get to connect with people who I'm just very fortunate to meet. It's not about me, performing in a certain way. It's just about me being there and sharing whatever comes up. Yeah, it's so peaceful and empowering to realize that I just need to be myself.
Ah, there you go. That's right. Being yourself indeed. And it's kind of funny. I heard something a few months ago where it says like the classic advice for kids that they receive from grown ups, especially parents, is like, oh, just be yourself. You'll be fine. But it's like sometimes that could be a little harder than usual when you don't know who you really are. So, what helped you to really get to
Yeah.
this point?
Oh, I have realized along the way that life is not about perfection. Yeah. I don't need to check the boxes. I don't need to prove myself, or I don't need to identify with the outcome. I get to identify with my intentions. I really come back to my intentions and my drive. Like that's who I get to be. Sometimes I meet people who say that I want to be a leader. Like what can I do? What can I do? Like I want to support people. I want to be there for them. I want to lift them as they're struggling. What can I do to become a leader? And I'll just tell them that you already are, because that's your intention and that's who you are showing up as, and that is enough. So that's been my conclusion that I am enough. Yes.
Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So sweet. So, including being enough, I hear you're well traveled because if I'm not mistaken, you were living in the US when you were 16, right?
Oh my gosh, Tom, you've been reading my book. Haven't you? Well,
Yeah.
I was traveling through the States. I was traveling through a bunch of different states, and I connected with some people who really opened up their homes to me. So that's really been my experience of the United States of America, that people just brought me in. They really took me in, and I had some really cool experiences. I got to get to know myself through that experience. That's how deeply connected we are, that when we meet other people, we also meet ourselves. Like that's an opportunity for us to just discover. And that's what I was able to do when I was traveling at 16.
Ah, yeah. So, was it a sweet 16 since you discovered the love of hummingbirds?
Oh my God. Yes. That hummingbird story. One of the mothers that I lived with, she realized how I loved hummingbirds. And it was such a strong example of connection, like deep human connection to me, that, that was just her everyday. She saw hummingbirds every day, and she realized how much it meant to me. So she would just bring me to the window every time she saw one, because she knew how much it meant to me, because I thought they were just the most beautiful creatures. And that really invited me in, that she opened up to what I appreciated. So that hummingbird story is really about how she opened up to connect with me, because she was listening to what was important to me. And she still sends pictures of hummingbirds. It's really cool. It's been a couple of years and she still does.
Ah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Indeed, some hummingbird swag.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, we actually had a guest on here in the past, or she actually calls herself Carrie Hummingbird, no less, which is awesome.
Oh, I gotta connect with her.
Yeah, that's right. She's fabulous. She's a mom too. That's right. It's a mom invasion, which is always freaking amazing.
Moms are good to have. We know stuff.
That's right. They know stuff and they're tough.
Yeah, we are. We're tough as nails. Isn't that the expression? Like, we might be sweet, but you really want us in a street fight, don't you?
Well, not really. I wouldn't want you in a street fight. I'd have to fight myself to protect you. Like, forget that. No. Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yes. Oh, my goodness. So speaking of tough, if I'm not mistaken, like you've actually picked up lots of wonderful lessons that actually weren't wonderful at a time with being a mom, no less, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the divorce, when having to really escort your kids to and back from school during the cold weather.
Yeah. I have really learned that friction is a part of life. Divorcing, and in Sweden, especially being without a car in the snow, in the ice, through the storms, I had to get my kids to school in a box bike. And they're really, really nice during the summer. And I'm also very grateful for them during the winter. But yeah, we divorced for about 2 years ago. And it's just been through my whole life. Like I've really learned that friction is all a part of it. And no less being by myself with 3 little kids. My twins are 6, their older sister is 7. And just like regular things during the day, like going to school, bringing them to school with our box bike. That's a situation like every day where I really realized that I had choice. It's a situation where I could have chosen being resentful or bitter or just ungrateful. And I just realized there was a healthier path. Like there was a path that brought more joy to myself and that could really teach my kids to be present and appreciative of the present and everything that we do have. So with this wonderful, amazing box bike, I would just dress my kids in that thick shirt and oh my gosh, the English, like the gloves and the hats and the scarf and everything. And we just get in there and I'll put on the hood, like the roof of it in plastic. And we just go through the storms together. And really, it's been an amazing lesson to them to just be appreciative of what we have, to be responsible of our moods, and just realizing that we do have choice. Like we have choice in how we show up. We may feel a certain way. We may wake up feeling, angry, or the snow might make us a bit resentful, but we have choice as to how we deal with that. And it's been a really cool lesson to realize that that was an opportunity for us as a family, as a small family, to choose one another, to choose that moment, like that morning routine, to make that a good start of the morning for us connecting and beginning the day together. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, my pleasure indeed, because my heart was broken when I heard that. I'm like, oh God, that probably hurt like hell. Like, oh man, like divorce, 3 kids, single mom. It like parenting's hard enough as it is, of being a single parent and 3 kids, no less, because it's sometimes you have to balance the two between disciplinarian and just the caring piece. It's like, oh man, I feel like I got multiple personalities here.
Oh, it's so true. I resonate with that so much. Just the other day, putting them to bed. Yes, shared human experience for sure. And really, like, there's no simple answer to that. It's just comforting that we're sharing that experience. And it is hard. And we do our best. And I get to identify with my intentions going into those situations where I just know we love our children. We do. And that's enough. And they know we love them. It's enough.
Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you mentioned something earlier about choosing the healthier path. And that's so darn true that a lot of folks need to doing that. A lot of folks are moving in that direction nowadays. And the good news about the healthier path, it doesn't have to always be your diet, like what you eat, or even it could even just be mental health or even spiritual health. So what helps Jenny to stay on the healthy path?
Wow. I have started to think about the relationship to myself the way I view my relationship to other people. And that's been a life savior for me because I get to deeply connect with myself. So when I seek out trust, peace of mind, and serenity with other people, I do so by respecting them, by holding space for their needs, by listening, by being quick to forgive. And I get to hold that space for myself and just build that deeper inward trust that really helps me cope and helps me enjoy my days, as there's so much in this pandemic and in my life that is out of my control. I just get to be present with myself and enjoy being me and being my own best friend. And that's really how I care for myself.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So anything else you do for self-care?
Oh, as a single parent, there's not enough time. That's the experience that you have. Like, there's not a lot of time. So it's really about presence in the time that you do have. It's about pausing and appreciating. Really, gratitude is one of my core values. It's something that I get to come back to. It's something that just opens my mind and gives me a new perspective every time I seek it out, to be grateful for what I have, even if it's just a minute, even if it's just like closing my eyes while doing the dishes. I'm just being appreciative of that moment and everything that I have, because I have so much. I have so much in my life that I love, that I cherish. I have 3 beautiful children and that I get to deeply connect with and support. And it's enough.
Beautiful indeed. Beautiful indeed. Yeah, because gratitude is definitely a powerful thing. And heck, some folks even call it a religion at this point.
Oh, I get that. Yeah. Same to you. Like, what? This is the conversation, right? Tell me, like, how do you self-care, Dom?
Oh, self-care. Oh, that's pretty much easy. Well, yeah, I'd say pretty much easy for the most part. Usually listening to music, also video games. I have that as a hobby outside of this. Heck, even these conversations can be sometimes self-caring because I usually have a hearty laugh with the guests, usually most of the time, and it's always good, especially when I sometimes unsuspectedly drop the tree joke on people when they least expect it. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not expecting anything. So, like, drop the tree joke.
Oh, yeah. So the tree joke. Yeah. So it was crazy. There was this one time I was in the forest and I was a tree with the rest of the trees. And then some potheads showed up and they wanted to see some UFOs, some intergalactic life forms. And they were like, hey, there's this tree here. We need to smoke this tree and see if we can get closer to the outer space intergalactic beings. So they grabbed me and smoked me for all my knowledge. Yep. And that's how I woke up as a black guy.
Thank you for sharing that. You just made my day. It's on you. And I'm, as of this moment, a red girl. all the beautiful colors, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're all part of the NAACP. Yes, indeed.
Right.
Oh, man. But it ain't about trees. It's about the fabulous Jenny. So I also hear that you're one of those introverted empaths and you're able to get on camera and publish a book. So what helps you to get the confidence to be able to really get out your comfort zone and publish your work?
Getting outside of my comfort zone is really about accepting myself first. To realize that I'm enough. It just, it helps me leave that fear of failure and what's that word when you feel like you're a fraud? Like imposter syndrome, right?
Oh, yeah.
It really helps me get out of that I know, like it's not about being perfect. I might mess things up. I might not show up the way that other people expect me to, but I know myself and I appreciate myself for who I am. And that just helps me really enjoy the moment. Life has been so much about surviving for me. So I'm just getting back to enjoying and being present with whatever comes up. And that's enough. Like that's my way forward. Being an introvert. And it really helps inviting people in, showing them what I need in a conversation, like what I need in a meeting, what I need as a leader, to invite them in to compliment me, to meet me wherever I am, because I accept where I am. It's not a place of competition. I get to share what I appreciate with them, and just get that juicy culture that's diversity, right?
Yeah.
That's been my way forward.
There you go. That's right. A way forward indeed. That's right. Choosing that unity, right?
Oh, yeah. It's been a joy. It's really been a joy to understand that unity is not about uniformity. It's not about us being the same, or it's really about being different. Our uniqueness is it's just the new normal. It's like the colors of flowers in a bouquet that would just bring out the beauty in one another more for being ourselves. Like if you're into to the arts, you know that yellow and purple are contrast colors. And you know that they make each other pop for being who they are, right? If you put them next to one another, they're just going to make one another so much more beautiful. And that's what we're like as human beings. When we dare to show up as our true, authentic selves, we just make each other shine so much brighter. And that's unity. That's unity of 2021. I am enough, and so are you.
That's what I'm talking about indeed. That's right. I am enough, and so are you. That's right. We are all enough together. That's right. So when someone says I had enough, it's like, oh, all right. You spoke it into existence.
Very true. Yes.
Oh, man. Yes, indeed. So if you had to pick between two colors, purple and yellow, which one would be your favorite?
Probably yellow, because it's my daughter's favorite color.
Okay. I knew she was good
part
people.
Of me. Huh?
I knew she was good people.
Oh, she is. Yeah.
Ah, yes, indeed. That's right. The yellow with the purple swag. Indeed. So, since this is far from your first rodeo, is there a question that you wish you'd be asked more often when you're being interviewed on podcasts?
What makes you enjoy life? Life, we all have our to-do lists. We often work from a place of being in debt, of owing the world or owing one another, from being in lack. And really, life is something that we get to enjoy. It's not a bunch of things that we have to do. I have to get out of bed. I have to go to this meeting. I have to spend time with my kids. It's something that we get to do. So what makes you enjoy life? What's your pleasure list? What brings you joy? To get back to serenity, to get back to peace of mind, and how to organize our lives around that, to have that as a primary question. I think we get back to pleasure and enjoyment and live our lives as we get to.
Yeah, that's
what
right.
Makes you enjoy life, Dom? Tell me.
Okay. What helps you enjoy life, especially when you spell the word enjoy with I-N-J-O-Y. That's right. That's what makes me enjoy life. That's right. Let me stop.
Tell me.
Yes, indeed. But what helps me to enjoy life? Well, one, being alive for one, because it's an opportunity that some people didn't get today. That's easily it. That even goes back to gratitude, which you mentioned earlier.
It does.
Yeah, heck, even the ability to read, to be able to speak, being able to, because reading great material, that gives me joy. And heck, even being able to converse with others, talk with others, that's definitely gives me joy, especially when it's with the good folks that I resonate with. That's always brings me joy. Heck, seeing folks smile, making them laugh, that brings me joy, because it's like, yeah, when you get to share a laugh with someone else, then everybody's happy. Indeed. Heck, even, snickerdoodle cookies. Also, I'm a fan of snickerdoodle cookies too. So that brings me joy as well.
I had those. They are good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's right. So the big picture stuff, and then just the simple things like some cookies, especially snickerdoodle.
Right.
I do love chocolate chip too. So don't worry. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how deeply we connect. And it's something that we've really learned from this pandemic, how much we are connected and how much we need one another, right? That just seeing another person laugh, to see their joy reflects the joy in ourselves. And really simplicity, we get to get back to gratitude, to all the things that we do have and are able to create for ourselves. It's very empowering to be in that mindset. It's really a place to, go forth from, a place of power to operate from in our daily lives and in our business.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All the lights, indeed. That's right. It's almost like lighting candles.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sweet. So we got this wonderful empath who's starting to make a positive change in the world, a positive difference. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's right, with the mommy power. That's right, the magical mommy power. So we're coming down to the magical question that every guest gets to receive, and that is... I like you. And it ain't just that smile either. And the long hair. But yes, indeed. So if you're to wake up tomorrow and you were 25 again, but this time in the year of 2021 with all of your knowledge and experience, what advice would you give to yourself?
Oh, that's the best question, though. I would advise myself to give things time. To give things time, to trust the process. I've been in the mindset of proving myself, trying to perform to be worthy. And that brings on a lot of stress to check the boxes, to make sure that everything's perfect, to be enough. And I just advise myself to enjoy my day and be present and give things time and just listen. Like, it's so simple to just be with yourself and be present and listen to whatever comes up. Living from a place of being worthy. That's what I'd love for my kids to understand and, step into. And it's what I advise myself as well.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Solid advice right there. Definitely give it time. Something that we probably all have I forget the pun I'm going for it, a hard time to deal with because we like to have things now. It's like the microwave generation that we're in now. It's like, give it to me now. Amazon Prime speed, give it to me now. 2-day delivery, give it to me now. Like, why isn't it not at my doorstep? Why is it not literally in my hand right now? It's like, hey, just gotta be okay with being in the now and giving a little patience.
Yeah, because when we're in that mindset of give it to me now, we're like in dependence on things that are outside of our control, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we realize that it's really about our relationship to it, whatever, it's back in our control. And it's, that's where our power lies, to be present with ourselves. And we get to choose how we relate to it. If it's, if it's coming or if it's not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Heck, you even also mentioned listening to one another. So, any advice for those who may have a hard time listening, even though if they're listening to this now, they probably don't have a hard time listening.
It is hard listening. I also have a hard time listening sometimes. That's a shared human experience, isn't it? So I'd encourage people to open up. Just open up to the fact that you can really benefit from another person's perspective. Even if that person is sharing something that is completely opposite to your own opinion, that person is going to offer an opportunity for you to explore yourself. That's how deeply connected we are. So get curious. Get curious as to, this idiot or whatever your first experience is, because sometimes that's our first experience. Like, who the crap, who's this person? This is so strange. It's really, it's very different from what I'm used to. But to open up and get curious as to what this person is really offering you to self-explore, that is huge. And as you get curious, you start to care for that person. And when you listen from a place of care, really a lot of good stuff goes on in your brain that helps you calm down, that helps you let go of any anger or frustration, and, opens up for whatever that person is sharing to really reach you, to connect with that. So open up from a place of curiosity and care, and see the opportunities, even from that is just vastly different from your own. That's your biggest opportunity. That is your biggest opportunity. That's what I'd love to encourage people to open up to.
Yeah, that's right. Almost like an envelope indeed. Heck, like the meat in between two slices of bread, just open up to it indeed. That's right.
Yeah. And be yourself. You don't have to be pretending to be somebody else. That's not gonna help the people who are already looking for you to find you. There are people out there already looking for you. And if you show up pretending to be someone else, how are they ever going to find you? You get to be yourself. If everybody agrees with you, then probably you're not standing for anything. So you get to be who you are and show up authentically. And that's just gonna invite people in to trust you because you're being real. People know when you're showing off. People know when you're trying to be somebody else. They're just longing for someone to be real with them, someone that they can just build bridges to and connect with. They're already longing. Like, you don't really have to, to do more than that. It's really enough to be you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right indeed. No more, no less, just enough. That's right.
Just enough. Yeah.
That's right.
With whatever your day is bringing, we cannot really bring 100% all of the time, can we? Like, that's the beauty of life, that some days we're just 40% of energy, right? And those are the good days, because those are the days when we get to invite other people in and really experience what humanity is all about. It's about being vulnerable. It's about being exactly where we are and invite other people in to support us as well.
That's right. Kidnap them for the cause. That's right. Be like, hey, I got a favor. I need to call in. You owe me. Let me stop.
Or I appreciate you for being you.
Indeed, yes, indeed. So for those who enjoyed the magical chat and want to learn more about the joyful Jenny herself and grab thousands of copies of her fabulous book, what's the best way for folks to keep up with you?
Oh, don't just keep up with me, like connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn and I really love that personal experience. So LinkedIn or Facebook, if you want to know what my kids are all about, then it's on Facebook. And my book, Choosing Unity, is on Amazon, and it's all about the choices that we do have, because very often we just get exhausted from looking at the world, because we're looking at other people's choices and other people's decisions and actions, and we get to bring all of that back to our own sphere of influence and the choices that we have every day to open up to one another, to listen, to accept, to create a deeper belonging and value that's just going to make all of these flowers bloom that more beautifully. And, that's within your power every day. No matter what other people are doing, that's on you. That's within your power. And if you want to discover more about that, then it's Choosing Unity on Amazon. Or just connect with me and I'll help you find it.
Woohoo! Well, there you have it, folks. Reach out to Jenny from the Swedish Block on the Facebooks and the LinkedIn. Stay connected indeed. So that way we can expand this magical spider web of fabulosity, folks. That's right. That's right. And check out her book too. It's an easy read. It's under 100 pages. You'll probably finish it in an hour or two. So definitely pick it up. It'll change your life. That's right. You'll add coin to your life. It'll change your life. That's right indeed. That's right indeed. So any parting words before we close up the recording shop?
As you asked me that, I was just thinking opportunity. We have so much opportunity, and this pandemic, sometimes we feel like we're stuck or we're without power. But every person has such power and such influence. It's really about connecting with yourself and building on that relationship to yourself so that you can be in alignment with who you are and share your truth, share your person, your beautifully unique, perfectly imperfect person with the world. And it's just going to make all of us that much richer we have such power and opportunity to create something better for all of us. And really that's a place, like that's a space that no one else can fill. There's a space for every person that no one else can fill. And if you're not stepping into that space and using your unique, raw voice, the world is just going to be missing out on you. So that's really the message for you listening. Just show up, be yourself. The world will be so much richer for it. Use your voice. Thank you, Dom, for inviting me.
How's it going, my friend? I'm glad you made it to the end. That shows that you really enjoyed what you heard and you are an uncommon finisher. Thanks for giving this show a listen. If you really want to help out the show, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with someone that you care about or someone that needs to hear this message, because we want to spread this podcast around like butter on bread, if that's your type of thing. And if it's not your type of thing, still spread it around anyway, because good stuff needs to be shared with good people like yourself.